Hello guys, and welcome to my first redstone video. In this video we're going to be talking specifically about this, Amethyst. Now it's a very nice looking block, it's a very nice decorative block, and also can help you get telescopes on servers which don't have Optifine. And even then, even with Optifine, you can now scope even further. So that's a bonus. Basically what this is an amethyst butt. Now, granted, it probably won't grow, amethyst won't grow as quick as this. I'm at random tick speed 2000. But, for a little help, you can actually automatically farm this stuff. I can roughly harvest about 4 every so often. So, and I want to say this now, you have to make your amethyst farm off of a... You have to make your amethyst, you can't move the buds. So if, for example, you're doing an amethyst farm, and it's like nowhere near your base, well, you might as well look for a geode closer to your base, or set up another hub, because you can't move the amethyst buds. So, the way this works is, pistons can harvest this. Same as sugarcane, same as pumpkin, same as melons, every type of farm style. Whenever this powers, it will get it will trigger and it will harvest all of this. Now here's the problem with this current design is this bud right here is being really annoying to harvest. Now, there are ways around it. You could have another piston pushing it. You could also work it like this. So that this could be set up to this as well. I mean, you'd probably run it like this. This is the sort of system you'd probably be working on. So say when you destroyed that, now the buds can grow on every single side and will start growing so that eventually you can just straight up harvest these. Now, how do you want to set up a clock to harvest this? Well, my friends, I present you this. Now, this is a hopper clock. For anyone who doesn't know what this is, pretty much you can put up to 5 stacks of items in there, which means it goes for quite a long time. This is a farm I very much plan on putting it onto my survival series, and this is the first one that I want to show off from the ones at 17. So, the way this farm works, anyone who doesn't know how a hopper clock works, pretty much you have 2 hoppers constantly feeding into each other. However, when you power a hopper, especially with a redstone block, one hopper can't put everything through into the other hopper. Yeah? So this hopper isn't pushing anything out of it because it's locked due to having the redstone block. So what this means is this hopper is going to push all the way through to this because of this redstone block. What you do is you use a sticky piston. Yeah? So you can push it back and forth. Then you use a piece of redstone next to each sticky piston, which will power them. Now, I'm going to say this now. This is for Java, so I'm not too sure if this works on Bedrock. And then what you can also do is you can use two solid blocks and 2 comparators. See, now what's going to happen is as long as whichever comparator has got a higher output, well, one side will work first, one side will work later. So, this has got a higher output than this, at least at the moment. So that had priority in that situation. So now this hopper is locked. Once this hopper is empty, this will stop powering, this piston will still be powered, and it will push the redstone block over here. Basically doing an infinite loop. The more items you put in here, the longer the clock lasts for. And the way you could just link this up is you just take a redstone output from it, and as soon as, say, that happens, it powers. Yeah? I mean, you could put one of these with a farm like this. So if we were to grab the wool back, and we were to get rid of the redstone dust, no, actually no, we still need that. Get rid of the torches, we could possibly do a farm, we could possibly do a clock, like this. And we could work it off like this. So redstone dust there, redstone dust there. Sticky piston there. Sticky piston there. Comparator. Comparator. Hopper. Hopper there. And then simply just put in, say, 22 amethyst shards. Now, this works because this has majority of the items in it. So in a second, that is going to finish funneling through. Now, that pushes over. This is harvest. And then, it's going to push it back over. Ignore these. And then, the amethyst can start growing again. And then harvests. Now, I can't stress this enough with amethyst. It is not a set time. So it's not like a spawner. A spawner will spawn whatever. So let's say a skeleton spawner. It will not spawn skeleton. It will not spawn amethyst, fully grown amethyst, on a regular basis. It's random to the tick speed. So this world is currently set up to about 2,000 tick speed. Hence why I've only put 22 items in there. If I was on a normal server, I would probably put 5,000 in there, 5 stacks in there, or 4 stacks, giving enough time for this amethyst to grow. Now, for every one you harvest, you get 1 amethyst. Yes, I just got 32 there. Yeah, but do remember, the longer you give it, like then, that was not long enough. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to chuck more amethyst in there, or more things to let it grow. But what you got to remember is, the longer you have it powered, the longer it won't grow. So what it means is you're basically increasing the time to harvest by double. So say I put 1 item in there, yeah, so it's about what, 5 ticks roughly. Look, so it's now having longer time to grow, but when it harvests, round about now, I don't know how long it's, yeah, when it harvests, look, that is going to stay like that for the same amount of time as it takes to grow. So every second it would be to grow, it's an extra second it would be powered like this. But this is a very much universal thing. You can put this onto any geode. You might say, this is quite a lot for 1 bud. The hopper clock you can put on, as long as you use repeaters, you can put it on everything. So this hopper clock can power your entire system. Yeah? You can use hopper minecarts to pick up everything. You can use a minecart unloading system, which I will go over in a second. And yeah, so there's quite a few things. And like overall, in this time, I made 22 amethyst. But that's only because we're at a very high random tick speed. Not every server's like this. I would hope no servers are like this because it'd be quite laggy. But you gotta think, you can do this. This is a very repeatable process. As long as you get a geode of buds like spread apart, you can repeat this process because this is only really about a few. Like it's quite compact because you don't have to have this here. You can just have this whole system, and technically, you don't even need it to go out this far. Like you can just run the redstone down because this could be glass, and you know this could be glass as well. This is all linked up into this hopper clock. But remember, you could redo this. Yeah, this does not have to be the way this is. As long as this is cable up to this, you're fine. But like I said, you're harvesting 5 instead of possibly 3 if you include this one thing. Because otherwise, when you harvest this, it will get caught on this because you didn't harvest it with this. Yeah? But enough of that. How are we going to collect everything? Well, we're going to be using something like this. A drop-off system. So if I just do that, yeah, I put the rail on there. Let's just say we chuck all the amethyst shards in there. It collects 22. The way this now works is this hopper, hopper minecart, now just deposited everything into there. Yeah. So we've got a bunch of stuff out of this. If I turn off this, it stops right there. That is chucking all our stone. Chucking all our stone in the amethyst. Therefore I can like explain this. So now, if I grab a repeater, which I don't have, if I grab a repeater and chuck it like that, the way this now works is, if there's an item in here, because of this slope, it actually is quite slow going back up, comparatively speaking, to if it was going in a straight line. So even if it's here, where I'm looking right now, the hopper will still pick up from it. So the way this works is, well, there's items in the hopper. Let me just quickly like push this. When there's items in the hopper, in other words, like right now, there's only one item in the hopper because it's filtered into the chest. This comparator activates. Because this comparator activates, this redstone torch deactivates. Because the redstone torch deactivates, the repeater deactivates, thus depowering the rail. Yeah? But that's all there's one item in there. Like, it doesn't matter how many items are in there, but it's pulling out one at a time. And so this is a minecart deload system. You can do it with a hopper minecart, you could do it with a chest minecart. Works exactly the same. However, we're doing it with a hopper one because we want to pick up items, we're not transporting everything. This is a simple structure. Now I don't think I have to really show off the collection system because it's just that of a bunch of powered powered rails, and obviously number ones to turn. And then this is the structure you use. So you're going to be using this to harvest, and then this over here to collect. And that's pretty much it. So I hope you guys enjoyed that from me. And yeah, so obviously I've had a bit of a skin change. I've changed the goggles around. I've changed my eyes. I changed it all because it looks like more like green, and I didn't want my skin to just be a green rip-off. So I'll see you lot in the next one. Other than that, peace. I'll see you in the next survival episode.